Good morning. It's an exciting way to start the morning. So it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2017 San Diego State University All-University Convocation. I'm Gina Jacobs, President Roush's Chief of Staff. It's great to see so many of you in the audience this morning. We're so glad that you've joined us. Our guests today include faculty, staff, students, alumni, community leaders, advisory board members, and many others. Thank you so much for being here. I'd like to start by recognizing our new faculty and staff. We're pleased to welcome you to our San Diego State University family. SDSU is a wonderful and exciting place to work. We learn, to teach, and to do research. We look forward to the leadership, creativity, and energy you will bring to the San Diego State campus. Our wish is that your years at San Diego State will be both productive and rewarding, and we extend our most sincere welcome to all of you. I'd now like to acknowledge some of our university leaders and distinguished guests, members of the President's Cabinet, Academic Dean's Council, SDSU Alumni Association Board, Bridges, and our Associated Students Executive Officers. I'd also like to welcome representatives from the offices of Senator Tony Atkins, Assemblymember Todd Gloria, and Councilmember Georgette Gomez. Could you all please rise and be acknowledged? Thank you so much for joining us. Our other guests joining us on stage are Professor from the School of Journalism and Media Studies and University Senate Chair, Marcy Bober-Michel. President of Associated Students, Chimizi Eberekwe. President of the SDSU Alumni Association, Leo Morales. Provost and Senior Vice President, Chikuka Enwemeka. And of course, the 7 recipients of the Alumni Association Award for Outstanding Faculty Contributions. Please join me in welcoming them. And now it is my honor to introduce SDSU President Sally Roush.
Thank you, Gina. Gina has done a great job of filling in on very short notice last July, so I want to give her a special round of thanks. A long time ago, when I was considering whether to move my family from Denver, Colorado to San Diego, a dear friend told me, "Some of the most wonderful and interesting people in your life you have not even met yet." All these years later, those words still ring true. A few weeks ago, I had the pleasure of meeting our Zuma Award winners and presenting them with their awards for staff excellence. These wonderful and interesting people are here today. It is my great privilege to introduce them to you. Will our Zuma awardees please stand when I call your names and remain standing till all the names are called, and let's hold our applause until they are all introduced. In the auxiliary category, our winner is Frank Sweeney IV, Account Administrator for Sponsored Research at the San Diego State University Research Foundation. In the manager category, we honor Rick Galizia, Director of Research Affairs. The team awardees are the technical staff of the Department of Geography and its Center for Earth Systems Analysis Research. 2 of them are here today, but I'm going to read all 4 of their names: Marcus Chu, Pete Coulter, Harry Johnson, and Dave McKenzie. In the innovation category, we recognize Andrea Saltzman-Martin, Instructional Designer in the College of Education. In the staff-to-staff mentoring category, our winner is Teddy Brock, Administrative Coordinator in the Departments of Women's Studies. Our honoree for community service is Mohammed Ahmed, staff member in community engagement and special assistant to the Dean of Students. And our final honoree for service to the university, someone who started her career as a student assistant in human resources, is Thelma Chavez, program coordinator in the College of Sciences. Let's congratulate our Zuma awardees with a round of applause. If you don't already know these fine and wonderful and interesting people, I encourage you to greet them, to get to know them. They are a wonderful group who collectively represent what is best about San Diego State University, along with our faculty awardees this morning. Congratulations, and you already are seated. Good. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, our University Senate Chair, Marcy Bober-Michel. When I meet people out in the community, they always have this view of the university that because we have a collegial and shared governance management style that it makes us slow and we can't ever make a decision, and they couldn't be more wrong. It's our ability to work and talk with one another and get a lot of smart people thinking about the same thing that actually makes us so effective. And so both Marcy and Shmizi, who we'll meet in just a little while, can contribute to that. Thank you, Marcy, for your work, and come up and give your presentation now. Thank you.
I'm appreciative for the box. Good for me. Thank you, President Roush, and good morning to everyone. On behalf of the faculty, staff, students, administrators, and the countless other groups who serve in the University Senate, it's my pleasure as Senate Chair to welcome you to the 2017-18 academic year. No matter our political affiliations, we can certainly all agree that today's world is far different than the one we faced last year at this time. And this different world, one that sadly feels less courteous and accepting, makes me ever more willing to rededicate ourselves to shared governance. No matter our political affiliations or our individual perspectives, we all sincerely believe in the value of working together to advance SDSU's mission. And we remain committed to our efforts to build excellence via a strategic plan that focuses on 5 key and interrelated areas: student success and academic excellence, research and creative endeavors, diversity, internationalization, and community engagement. I see the strategic plan as one way to ground our search for a new university president. In fact, just a few short weeks from now, on a new date, September the 25th, which is a Monday, because the Chancellor's Office just realized it conflicted with Rosh Hashanah. I won't get started on that. We will have an opportunity to voice our thoughts on the type of individual we seek as a leader, and I thank those who have already participated in our listening tour or will next week when we have, I think, 9 sessions scheduled. This gives us an opportunity to shape the direction of the search, and I encourage everyone to take advantage of this small window of opportunity to do so. But today is not just about extolling our institutional accomplishments. I'm obviously thrilled to welcome our incoming freshmen and transfer students, and of course our new faculty. Physically, those new to San Diego State will see a growing transformation as funds allow, and supplemented by donor money and thoughtful partnerships that ensure we're not encumbered by debt. We're slowly but surely revitalizing a physical infrastructure badly neglected during the recession. The EIS building will open within the year, and many other projects are planned as well. Stroll through Trader Joe's, as I have many, many times already, or grab a bite at one of the many new restaurants in the complex, take a selfie at the new gateway entrance, tour the new facilities that our live-in students call home. They are bright, cheerful, welcoming, and technologically advanced, far different than the dorm I moved into a long time ago. I'm pleased to share that we continue on a forward path to increase our tenure track lines, and a shout out to enrollment services, whose staff take full advantage of advanced algorithms and tools to maximize the admission of many qualified students as possible. But to meet our aspirations, we must continually promote our accomplishments and our strategic mindset. We have to do this with the CSU on a daily basis, state and federal level legislators, research funders, potential donors, and our own city and county. To date, the state of California has restored only about a third of the funding we lost during the recession, so we must cultivate new funding sources that allow us opportunities to grow and flourish. Shortly, you'll meet just a few of the faculty that help us provide a strong and innovative learning environment. They are the recipients of this year's Monty Awards. For outstanding contributions to the university, I wish to personally congratulate each awardee for his or her accomplishments in teaching, research, and service. As I mentioned last year, I come to this position with a unique set of experiences. I arrived in 1988 with brown hair. And in the nearly 30 years I've been here, I was a master's student, a lecturer, a faculty member, a department chair, and a graduate advisor, just to name a few roles. All of them have helped me see how and where we can improve lines of communication between and among faculty, staff, and administration, successfully guide students through an academic journey that can at times seem quite bewildering, update policies that no longer reflect our mission or create new ones, embrace emerging technologies without impinging on personal space or threatening our security, and perhaps most importantly in these troubling times, build a culture of inclusion and the appreciation of our differences. One of the great benefits of my position is the opportunity to work with student leaders. I'm so impressed by their dedication to SDSU and their eagerness to serve and engage their student colleagues and the larger community. It's that internal motivation and it's unrelenting that help them balance all they do as officers with their studies. I will never again, after meeting those officers, think I'm busy. Trust me. I now have the good fortune to introduce one of these student leaders, Chimizi Ebewekbe, President of Associated Students. Chimizi is a senior from Carson, California. He's a business major with an emphasis in finance. Within Associated Students, he served as Vice President of University Affairs and a member of the University Affairs Board. Please join me in welcoming him.
Yeah, the stool got removed. I don't need any additional inches. Thank you, Dr. Bober Michelle, excuse me. Good morning. I'm honored to speak. Thank you for that. I like that. One more time. Good morning. Good morning. It's beautiful. I'm honored to speak with you all on behalf of the students at SDSU. This university is a great place to be. The cornerstone continues to be shared governance. It is a quality that sets SDSU apart and allows students, faculty, staff, and administration to collaborate in order to accomplish more together. This past year was filled with many accomplishments that I would love to share with you. For a second consecutive year, voter turnout in the AS general elections was at its highest, with 20% of SDSU students casting votes. AS awarded 692 study abroad student scholarships, amounting to $425,000. We're pleased that we were able to contribute to SDSU's success and students' experience in this way. The Comrade Purpose Aztec Student Union achieved the U.S. Green Buildings Council LEED Double Platinum certification. This makes this student union approximately one of 20 buildings in the world to achieve this status, and one of the most energy efficient buildings in the CSU system. We opened a 1,600 square foot student lounge on the first floor of the student union. It has proven to be another popular spot on campus for students to meet, share ideas, in a collaborative environment. We also opened the rec field on the west side of campus, this west, this west, yeah. This 64,000 square foot field, complete with LED sports lighting, demonstrates and upholds our commitment to the Livewell Aztecs mission. It serves the needs of 1,000 students who are on waiting lists for intramural sports and offers drop-in recreation space. No matter what day or time that you pass by it is, you'll see it in use. We were able to complete the refurbishment of the Cal Coast Credit Union Open Air Theater with funding from a partnership with Cal Coast Credit Union. Through donations, we were also able to renovate Scripps Cottage, which makes it a more inviting and more open space for you to host your events. I'm so proud that Associated Students continues to fight food insecurity with the help of our campus partners. During our Aztecs Rock Hunger campaign, AS collected over 438,000 pounds of food for the San Diego, Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank. which served San Diegans in need of food, and 20% of the monetary donations came to SDSU to this SDSU Economic Crisis Response Team to assist students who are experiencing food insecurities and other needs of immediate need. 38,000 pounds of what was collected during Aztecs Rock Hunger also came back to campus. It provided the food, including fresh produce, for our SDSU food pantry, which will be expanding to 2 days a week this fall, and it is so rewarding to be part of a campus that comes together to help both the larger SDSU community and the San Diego community. This coming year, there's so much to look forward to. Just this past week, we gathered over 70 of our AS leaders from both the San Diego campus and the Imperial Valley campus to discuss our vision and direction for the upcoming year. This year, you will see AS leaders out and meeting with students to figure out how we can better serve them. We want to make students aware of all the opportunity SDSU offers them inside and outside the classroom. We want them to be the author of their own SDSU experience with their health and wellness always at their forefront. We have so much planned for you this year, and we look forward to accomplishing it together. Thank you for all that you do for SDSU and for the students. Go Aztecs. It is now my pleasure to introduce Provost and Senior Vice President Chukwuka Enwemeka and Leo Morales, President of the SDSU Alumni Association. Provost Enwemeka joined SDSU in July 2014 as the university's Chief Academic Officer. He came to us from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee and brings more than 20 years of academic leadership and experience. Leo Morales graduated from San Diego State in 2009 with a degree in Communications and Marketing. He is currently the marketing manager for U.S. operations at Wawanesa General Insurance Company and is a board member for the Red Cross chapter of San Diego and Imperial counties. Leo has actively served on his SDSU Alumni Board of Advisors in various capacities for the past 4 years and is the current Alumni Board President. Please join me in welcoming Provost Chukwuka Enwemeka and Mr. Leo Morales.
Our university has an extraordinary number of faculty. Among them are master teachers, outstanding researchers, and leading providers of service within and outside the university, and also those that excel in all 3 areas of research, teaching, and service in the university. Because of the generosity of our Alumni Association, each year we are able to honor one such faculty member from each of our colleges with the Alumni Association Award for Outstanding Faculty Contribution, popularly known as the Monty. It is with great pleasure that I stand before you today as Provost to recognize the remarkable achievements of this year's recipients of the Monty. From the College of Arts and Letters,
Dr. Huma Ahmed Ghosh is an internationally recognized scholar in the emerging field of research on Muslim women around the globe. For the past 15 years, Dr. Ghosh has focused much of her research and teaching on gendered violence and conflict.
The students I teach now, there is not enough exposure to globalization, to issues that affect their lives here. We felt that the travel abroad make them more aware of the world around them, and interestingly, to diversity within San Diego.
In addition to her numerous study abroad programs, Dr. Ghosh provides students research and service opportunities with local refugee organizations. For many students, it's their first exposure to foreign cultures.
They don't know that these people live in their neighborhoods. They are so different. I mean, for them, going to El Cajon is like going to another country.
Working with women refugees in El Cajon in San Diego with Huma had a big impact on how I see the world.
Dr. Huma engaged us in that program to help the homeless community and eliminate the stereotype, how people look at the refugees. Refugees are human, they want to help, they want to support, and they want to be part of this community. And they want to provide some services to underprivileged people.
What she has done is take the learning out of the somewhat artificial environment that the classroom is into the community.
The refugee crisis will continue to be an issue for a long time, and we need to recognize that and make our populations aware of the rights people have. So I see that as something I would like to continue with in the future.
Dr. Huma Ahmed Ghosh, please step forward. From the Fowler College of Business.
I was born and raised in communist Czechoslovakia. It was a time where you couldn't cross borders. You could get shot if you cross borders. And so when the Iron Wall fell down in 1989, and I was able to explore different countries and interact with different cultures, that was really the time when I knew I found my passion, and that was international.
Dr. Martina Mustin is a professor at San Diego State University. Here, she teaches and mentors students at the Fowler College of Business.
I really love my classes because they seem to attract a lot of international students. Students have to really learn from one another about their cultures, about how maybe business is done in their respective countries.
Professor Mustin has so much enthusiasm for the subject that it actually excites all of us. Like, all of us are from actually different countries, and it's cool to see someone that's also from another country mentoring in the United States about international entrepreneurship.
Martina's enthusiasm for international business is evident in her research. She is currently developing an innovative research tool that allows companies to assess international business opportunities.
The RAIN project that Martina has been working on is truly innovative because it's the first time that we've been able to look at how and when companies go global and what's been happening in the world.
It has really never been done like this before.
It's people like Martina that help make the Fowler College of Business one of the leading business schools in the country, and also result in our international business program being recognized as one of the tops in the world.
My goal is really for every SDSU student to be aware of opportunities in other countries and really take advantage of it, because really there is a whole world out there.
Dr. Martina Mustin, please step forward. From the College of Education.
He does a certain stand, but all of a sudden he'll go, I got an idea. And all of a sudden you know it's going to be an idea that's going to make a difference, but you got to be ready for the ride.
I've always wanted to be in education. I always knew something about education was my life. I just wasn't sure what kind of education I was looking for. And I stumbled across this thing called the Visible Learning Database. That learning should become obvious and visible for teachers and for students.
In 2006, Dr. Douglas Fisher and his colleagues founded Health Sciences High and Middle College, a place where learning goes beyond the walls of a classroom.
what works best to cause learning. One of the high effects is student and teacher relationships. We have to choose to maintain those relationships. We should know each other's names.
Oh, what's your name? Hi, Doug. Hey.
We should know what their interests are, what their aspirations are. Some students are not going to be willing to struggle through difficult content if they don't trust the adults around them.
I've known Dr. Fisher since 8th grade. We even call each other cousins because me and my cousin adopted him. That close relationships helps me feel more welcome in school and helps me succeed throughout the year.
I'm very, very proud of what we've accomplished. Learning how to help them and help their teachers help them realize aspirations is very rewarding.
Doug Fisher is an amazing, encouraging mentor that really sees the great potential in people and helps people reach that potential.
He makes his research come to life in that he strives to embody the principles at the core of great leaders and great schools.
One of my professors said years ago at San Diego State, when you're educated in the public system, you have a responsibility to give back to the public. And I've taken that pretty seriously. And I really enjoy helping people accomplish the aspirations they hope to accomplish.
Dr. Satish Kumar Sharma is a professor at San Diego State University's College of Engineering. He specializes in antenna theory and design. His research advances wireless communication technologies such as cell phones, tablets, and satellites.
I'm the director of the Antenna and Microwave Lab. When I moved here, there was no such program at San Diego State.
The ultimate goal of Dr. Sharma's research is to advance wireless technology and radar applications. Dr. Sharma is at the cutting edge of this field.
As the director of the Antenna and Microwave Lab, Dr. Sharma provides industry-level expertise and mentorship to his students.
Mentoring is a great experience. They are like my extended family.
Dr. Sharma has been really important to my success. I've been working with NASA as a student engineer, and what I've learned here I've been able to apply at NASA.
Dr. Sharma always focuses on new trends, the trends which the industries are looking for. He always asks us to not be afraid of challenges.
Apart from being the best researcher that I have met, he makes sure that not only we are doing well in academics, but also we are doing fine in our personal life as well.
My teaching style is very interactive. Not only educated through the books only, rather by building, constructing, designing. Even if I fail, I don't lose the heart. Because I always see half full, not half empty. If I can accomplish half, means I can accomplish the remaining half also.
Dr. Satish Sharma. From the College of Health and Human Services.
Dr. Larry S. Verity is the interim dean of the College of Health and Human Services. He has served San Diego State University for over 30 years in the field of exercise and nutritional science. His research focuses on the prevention of diabetes and how to better manage it in everyday life.
Between graduating undergraduate and going off for my master's at the University of Virginia, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. There was a far greater desire on my part to know more about where does exercise really play a role in this disease that I only knew a little bit about.
One of the wonderful attributes about Larry's research is he has a strong focus on ensuring that the research gets into practice. Through his partnership with Taking Control of Your Diabetes, he has been able to take that science, translate the science into language that people can understand so that they can then harness that information so that they can live a healthy and fruitful life.
Exercise can certainly improve health. As you improve your activity level, you're better able to manage glucose levels, and if you lose weight, it's almost synergistic. Exercise is medicine. It doesn't cost anything, it just takes time.
Dr. Larry Verity. From the College of Professional Studies and Fine Arts.
I have been traveling to Tijuana since the 1980s. What made this region to me interesting was the relationship between the two border cities, and I felt like we really need to understand that whole dynamic of urbanization around borders.
Dr. Lawrence A. Herzog is recognized as a leading scholar of urban planning and environmental policy on the US-Mexico border.
They're taking older buildings, shops, restaurants, and recycle them and redesigning them into uses that are more relevant to where we are in the 21st century.
He's very Latin American, you know, even though he's from New York.
Oye, compañeros, para entrar en Estación Federal. Por allí. Ok, muy amable. Gracias, compañero.
He is really passionate about what he thinks, what he writes, what he studies.
Larry has a vision that sees the potential and the dynamism that exists on the other side of the border in Mexico.
Well, there's this incredible demographic boom going on the other side of the border. There's a whole generation of young people who are part of this cross-border, exciting, grassroots change in Tijuana.
Here, getting funding over there. You are?
I think that Larry has a deep and passionate commitment in caring about what happens to our cities by taking his international scholarship and research and applying it to addressing issues that are important to the San Diego region.
Moving forward, we need to build on connections that we have. That's what makes this region so great. The richness of our relationship and the future in the 21st century is going to be for us to embrace ourselves as neighbors. That's the future in the relationship between the two cities.
Dr. Lawrence Herzog. From the College of Sciences.
I think I've always had an inclination toward mathematics. I think I fell in love with the subject at an early age, and I wanted to try teaching more, and so I went to the Peace Corps. And I taught for 2 years in the Peace Corps, and I said, yep, that's it, that's what I'm going to do.
Dr. Chris Rasmussen is a professor of mathematics education at San Diego State University. His research focuses on teaching and learning in undergraduate mathematics.
Chris works on trying to improve the success of students in calculus, which is really important for our entire nation.
Chris has a large devotion towards mathematics, and so I think that just comes through in how he interacts with students, how he interacts with graduate students like myself,
He wants people to engage in that topic and to really understand it.
And so what I'm going to ask each of you to do your tables, I'm going to give you some different graphs, and you're each going to have a motion detector, and you're going to take turns trying to create that graph with a motion detector. Sometimes students think about math as just a set of rules and procedures you have to memorize. Well, that's not what the discipline's like. And so how do they learn otherwise is by experiencing mathematics differently. What probably happened is that the signal started catching.
What was really successful about Rasmussen's approach was that he helped us arrive at the answers rather than just tell us what it was, and he really had us thinking to kind of come up with the answers on our own.
It's actually not that complex. Like you hear a bifurcation diagram and
you think, whoa, what's this?
But it's just that.
Right.
And we created it.
I wish he could have been my math teacher for every math course. He solidified my hunger to teach.
As long as I leave my career where people say, it was fun to collaborate with Chris. For them to say, yeah, I had a really good experience with Professor Rasmussen, that was great. That would be the best benefit for me.
Dr. Chris Rasmussen. Please join me in another round of applause for all the Monterey Award recipients. Last year was a year of great achievement for our university community. I will introduce you to a short video before we bring to the podium President Rausch.
We come from many identities and backgrounds to create one SDSU community. Our shared aspirations to reach higher and strive for excellence makes this university special. This past year, we were named one of the nation's top undergraduate universities by Princeton Review, Kiplinger's, and Money Magazine, who praised our quality education at a reasonable cost. And 3 more graduate programs moved into the top 50. Our education, aerospace engineering, and sports MBA. We ranked number 11 for awarding bachelor's degrees to Hispanics. Our commitment to diversity was recognized by Insight into Diversity magazine, the Campus Pride Index, and the Military Times. Once again, we received more than 83,000 applications, including a record number for our Susan and Stephen Weber Honors College. Our students are taught and mentored by experts like Rob Edwards, Phil Greiner, Nick Shikuma, and Bonnie Harris. Her documentary is winning international awards. Honored with Lifetime Achievement Awards were Elva Arredondo, Marianne Lyman Hager, and Tanis King Stark. Students also benefit from innovative teaching and from student support initiatives. Interdisciplinary collaborative teaching brought together arts and non-arts classes to explore subjects like the literature and music of psychedelic rock. We piloted a program that used peer-led study sessions to improve grades. Participation in learning communities for commuter students increased 25% and included those in new programs at the Pride Center and the Women's Resource Center. We increased the number of summer school students by nearly 20%, the number of students matched with mentors by 57%, and internship placements by 64%. New graduate Courtney Dixon is interning at the State Department before attending law school at George Washington University. And Anna Marino, who interned at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab, has taken her first job as an engineer at JPL. Our high-impact program programs broaden horizons and increase graduation rates. The university is number 9 in the nation for students studying abroad. We were named the National Model Undergraduate Entrepreneurship Program, and we hosted our first Women in Entrepreneurship lecture. Students Christian Krugman and Rayan Mustafa earned an international award for Soulful, a startup from the Zip Launchpad that uses food waste to create protein bars and powders. Our Baja SAE race car won a national competition. Our athletics team celebrated 4 conference titles. 8 teams played in the postseason and 3 finished in the top 25. On-campus events complemented classroom learning. Costco co-founder Jim Sinegal and Newbery Medal winner Matt De La Pena, both alumni, spoke at the Provost's Distinguished Lectures. The Charles W. Hostler Institute on World Affairs celebrated its 75th anniversary. Skateboarding icon Tony Hawk met with students at the Lavin Entrepreneurship Center. In research, external funding increased to $134.3 million, and Sandy Bernstein received an NIH Merit Award. Other notable awards: a $28 million federal grant to a consortium studying car and pedestrian safety, $6.2 million to improve the training of school principals, a $1.6 million NSF grant to Luke Wood, Frank Harris, and a group finding the best way to teach introductory calculus in community college, a $1.4 million NIH award to Neda Kassem to study water pipe tobacco smoke, and $750,000 to develop a program to credential teachers in 4 years. Our researchers work on some of society's most pressing problems. Ralph Axel Mueller and Ruth Carper made an important discovery about brain function in children with autism. Aaron Elkin's robotic kiosk used artificial intelligence to spot people who are lying. And Chris Glombotsky identified a protein that helps cardiac cells combat heart disease and recover from heart attacks. Nearly 500 students presented original research and creative activities at our Student Research Symposium. Catherine Edgerton Tarpley received a Fulbright Award to research China's famine history, and 3 recent graduates also earned Fulbrights. Paul Genster was awarded an honorary doctorate by the University Council of the Autonomous University of Baja California. Among others receiving recognition were doctoral students Amanda Alker, Robert Dunn, Crystal English, and Dara Seidel, and sociology major Nancy Wynn. In creative activities, 133,000 people attended arts events, and attendance at our downtown gallery increased 21%. Nearly 200 students participated in Jesus Christ Superstar in Concert, a 4-night sellout. Community service remained an important mission. 19 faculty members and 700 students in our SAGE project worked with Lemon Grove on city sustainability. Students raised 448,000 pounds of food for hungry San Diegans and $144,000 for Rady Children's Hospital. We continued to enhance our physical campus. The university approved a climate action plan with a roadmap to carbon neutrality, and we made Princeton Review's list of most sustainable universities. Our generous donors helped us wrap up our first university-wide fundraising campaign. Ron and Alexis Fowler made a $25 million challenge gift, the largest single gift in university history, and we renamed the Fowler College of Business in their honor. The campaign for SDSU raised a total of $815 million. Our university's dedication to excellence was on display at commencement, a 4-day celebration of our 10,000 graduates. The class of 2017 donated $55,000 to establish a scholarship endowment. Nearly half of all graduates at SDSU Imperial Valley made gifts. Shortly after commencement, we said goodbye to President Elliot Hirschman and welcomed Sally Rausch back, this time as San Diego State University president in our 120th year. These highlights represent a small fraction of our efforts to move our society forward. Together, we are building on excellence.
And now, please welcome San Diego State University's president, Sally Rausch.
Thank you, and good morning to all of you wonderful and interesting people. I want to start by thanking a number of people who helped put this together. I want to thank Marcy and Chimizi for your remarks. I look forward to working with you this year, and as both of you said, I'm confident we're well equipped for the year ahead working together. I would also like to thank Leah Morales for joining us today. We are fortunate to enjoy the support of over 400,000 passionate alumni of the Alumni Association, which has sponsored the Monty Awards for many, many years. Thank you, Leo. And thank you to the Alumni Association, along with Aztec Shops, and to Provost Enwemeka for supporting faculty excellence. Our Monty Award winner stories were so very impressive. I have to say, each and every one of you now has a special place in that category of interesting and wonderful people. All of you out here and all of you out here. I'm not too much of a crybaby, but I did get tears a few little times. And did we lose our toddlers? Okay, we have a 5-year-old here whose mommy won an award. You want to say hi? Okay, hi. And the 2-year-old made an exit stage left, I think, or right. I hope all of you were very proud of the achievements we reviewed in the video of the past year. The collective efforts of each and every one of you, regardless of your roles or because of your roles, are inspiring as we begin this year. I want to thank you for your dedication day in and day out to serve San Diego State University and the public good. Convocation is a custom that binds us to our rich history, to our 120 years of leadership, and counting, I might add. Recent events in our nation make it clear that now, more than ever, there is a need to gather as a community of friends and coworkers to exercise our leadership and to reaffirm our shared values of diversity, inclusion, and respect. As we embark on another year of serving the public through excellence in teaching, scholarship, creative activities, and service, we have the opportunity to demonstrate the benefit of living our shared values every day. I had someone recently send me a letter saying that diversity wasn't a value, it was a condition. Either way, I think it's one of the most important things that we experience on a daily basis at San Diego State University, so that even, or especially when we may have disagreements, our foundation of respect and civility will see us through whatever the year may bring. One thing this year will bring is the completion of the final year of our strategic plan, Building on Excellence. Marcy gave a great summary of that plan that has seen us through these past several years. Its initiatives have led to record high graduation rates, nationally recognized scholarship, and engaged alumni and friends who donated $105 million just this last year alone to support our students and programs. And Mary Ruth, I like to say the big number, $815 million over the course of the campaign, and $88 million from faculty and staff. If that isn't a remarkable number, I don't know what is. Yes. It's an uncommon thing. I've been told from people at other universities that their faculty and staff would never do anything like that. So another point of pride for us. During this year, we will continue our focus on student success, which occurs first in the classroom, but also, as you've seen with our awardees here, everywhere that the influence of their interaction with their professors takes them. To that end, student success, we will seek to hire 88 new tenure-track faculty with a continuing emphasis on inclusive excellence. We continue to recruit and support underrepresented students, and we will improve time to degree by moving up the registration timeline, a not easy task that we have a lot of people working very hard to do. by continuing improvements in student advising, and by building on our success in increasing summer enrollment, which was significantly online this past summer. So if it felt a little vacant around here to you as it did to me, it's because we had so much of the summer enrollment online. The Fowler College of Business and the College of Extended Studies are collaborating on our first undergraduate degree program, a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. I actually found that to be a bit of a surprise. I thought we would have had another one by now, but no, it's the first, for sure? Okay. First of more to come, I'm sure. At SDSU Imperial Valley, we are partnering with the University of California and UABC to offer courses that will prepare students for jobs in sustainable energy. We also will pilot aspects of our new Sophomore Success Program, which in part emphasizes the academic benefits of living on campus. Activities and events outside the classroom will continue to enrich learning. The Acting Surgeon General of the United States will be speaking at our fall Provost Distinguished Lecture. And in the spring, our music and dance student will present SDSU Pops downtown at Copley Symphony Hall. I'm sure it will be another sellout event. Where's Joyce? It will. I don't know where she is. There she is. Okay. We will continue our distinctive focus on integrating undergraduate scholarship and research across many programs. We will be increasing participation in the Student Research Symposium, which I think is just a wonderful event. I hope many of you have served as judges in that program. It's just an outstanding activity. We will be increasing the number of graduate students who mentor undergraduates, and we will be developing a website to match students with research in faculty labs. A very noteworthy event, which Marcy alluded to, will be the opening of the Engineering and Interdisciplinary Sciences Complex, scheduled for early next year. And a tidbit that I learned just this morning is that it's such a dynamic building that immediately upon opening, we'll start to renovate a lab for somebody on this stage. So he can continue to do his wonderful research. This building will double teaching facilities and space for engineering students, as well as research space for engineering and sciences. There will be new labs, collaborative spaces, a brain imaging facility, and a space for entrepreneurial efforts. Our success in completing this great facility, to which we owe President Hirschman an incredible vote of thanks. People who've been around the university as long as I have, which is a long time, know that forever we wanted a new engineering building. And an opportunity arose because of changes that happened with state funding and the way the state system was handling things, and Elliot saw that opportunity and he went for it. And from the time that Tom McCarran told me we were thinking about it and the time I heard that it was a done deal, I couldn't believe it was true. So really, thank you to President Hirschman for that remarkable accomplishment. But our success in completing this facility reminds us of the importance of the right kind of space. I had tea and cookies with as many of the Monty awardees as were available, and we were talking a little bit about the CSU graduation initiative, which is to double the four-year graduation rate by 2025. And I will say the faculty members said, really? It's a daunting task, but one observation that stuck with me is that what we need in order to be able to do that, along with more faculty, is more of the right kind of space. And to that end, you may have read that San Diego State is part of the community discussion around the future of Qualcomm Stadium. That will give us an opportunity to have space, land, to develop the right kind of space if we're successful in reaching the right kind of partnership there. We have said quite publicly that we believe any development on the Mission Valley site should serve higher education and the public good, which we of course do, as well as the community's goals and aspirations for that site. As we saw in our video, the scholarship, teaching excellence, and artistic success that occurs every day at our university is broad and well recognized. The faculty and staff who make this possible achieve this excellence despite the challenges that we face and have faced and overcome for many years. Someone said to me after joining San Diego State not too long ago that we were kind of gritty and scrappy about what we do here and how we do it. He knows who he is. He just smiled in the front row here. And he's right. Something that distinguishes us is our determination when someone says you can't do that to say, yes, we can. This year, despite the improved economy, we've demonstrated again that we can persevere. State funding accounts for just 21% of our total revenue. That is an improvement over a few years ago when it was hovering just above 10, but it still falls far short. The campaign for SDSU has ended, but private philanthropy remains critical to our future. A key initiative this year is continued fundraising, in particular for the $25 million Fowler Challenge. For now, our budget remains stable. We were able to allocate this year an additional $5 million in base budget funding and over $24 million in one-time funds to support our strategic plan and critical support needs. But I want to take a moment and consider the most important thing we will do this year, and that is to help select a new president for San Diego State University. The Campus Advisory Committee that Marcy mentioned has sought and continues to seek your input. And the Trustees Search Committee, which is where the decision will actually make place as to what candidates to put forward, that search committee will solicit your input on the qualifications, the characteristics, and the qualities that you want in the 9th president of San Diego State University. I implore you to give this task your best thinking and recommendations. The Presidential Search Committee will hold an open forum for your thoughts on September 25th from 12:30 to 2:30 at the Parma Payne Goodall Alumni Center. And I know from past experiences with the trustee search committees that I've been a part of, that they listen very, very carefully and attentively to the input that they get from the campus. It's very, very important that you can articulate not our past complaints about each other. We have those, we know that we do, and we just move on. But what we want for our future, what kind of qualifications, qualities, and characteristics. So I hope you will give that some really careful thought and that you'll participate in this crucial task. Because in the end, the success San Diego State University enjoys today is due to the hard work and efforts of faculty and staff, students and alumni over 12 decades, but also over the next decades to come. So finding someone who can lead you forward in that first year of the next 120, or will it be 121 by then, is really an important thing to do. At this point in my remarks, I was going to share a story with you about something very meaningful to me at San Diego State. But after thinking about the wonderful and interesting Monty Award winners here and those stories that we saw this morning, where I know each one of them had a special memory of San Diego State, rather than share my special memory, which seems kind of selfish now that I'm standing up here in front of all of you, I'd like for you all, or each of you and together, however that it works for you, to think about something special about San Diego State University for yourselves. It might be something that you did yourself. It might be something that you did with a group. It might be some new discovery that you made. It might be how much you loved teaching a particular class on that particular day. It might be helping a student on their new day find directions to their classroom. I love doing that. It makes me feel like I have a role and purpose that is important. There are so many opportunities to feel good about your contribution to the university. So while you're talking with each other and getting to know our awardees this year, I would really like to ask that you share with each other those special moments that you have in your memory about San Diego State. These stories from our history will remind us that whatever large or small part one may have at SDSU, we are all contributors in the classrooms, laboratories, offices, and hallways. We are contributors to the future of the university. This year, we will add our own contributions to this tradition of sustained excellence. If we continue to have the courage to make tough decisions, to hold ourselves accountable, to recognize and value the diversity of ways that each of us contributes, and to demonstrate the creativity needed, and I would say the scrappiness and edginess needed to find new pathways, then we will persist and persevere on our collective journey of excellence. So I thank you all, and I look forward to an exciting year of success. Jean is waiting to come up here, but I want to just ad-lib a couple things here, which I know makes Catherine crazy. I want to thank Catherine Snap, who helps me put together all of these remarks, which I edit often, and I'm sure it's a frustration, but it's all the better for her help in getting that done. And I want to thank someone whose words I plagiarized a little bit. I do have them in quotes on my speech, and that's Steve Welter. He spent a lot of time reviewing the remarks and helped remind me of the wonderful essence of San Diego State University. So Catherine and Steve, thank you in particular.
Thank you, President Roush. We've covered a lot of ground in our presentation this morning. The President's remarks will be available for viewing shortly via the SDSU homepage at sdsu.edu. And a sincere thank you for sharing your morning with us. We hope you will join us for the appreciation luncheon immediately following in the Frank Goldberg Courtyard just down the stairs out here. And during the luncheon, you'll enjoy a special performance by the Django Shredders featuring guitarist Alex Chivarelli and Rudy Marquez. Alex and Rudy are both undergraduate students in SDSU's Jazz Studies program. Again, thank you for being here. Best wishes for a wonderful year, and go Aztecs!